Okie dokie, we are here. We're gonna do a mini groom on Miss Bean, who's about 10 weeks old. This will be about 2 weeks out from when you get your puppy. These are my guillotine clippers. I usually use these on adult dogs, but they can be used on a puppy if you don't want to buy the human nail or don't already have a pair of human nail clippers already. About 5.5-inch shears, blunt tipped and thinning shear. Clipper set, I do not use these on adult dogs, I only use these on puppies. When they're here, 4, 6, 8 week clipper trims, and about 10 to 12 weeks out, maybe even a 14-week clip, I would still use this. And the last but not least, this goes along with the nails. This is from Harbor Freight. You can pick up a rotary tool, Dremel tool, Home Depot, Harbor Freight, whatnot. This, I do the edges of the nail with these. First I clip them, and then I'll just buff these out, the nail a little bit with this tool, and I'll show you everything. Okie dokie, we have Beanie here, and Jonathan was super happy to help out, right, Jonathan?
Not really.
Okay. At least he's honest. Okay, we're gonna start out with her eyes. Hi, Beanie Boo. Hi, Beanie Boo. Okay, so she's not too overgrown, as you can see, just a little bit of flyaways. You're gonna take your scissors, and I'm gonna start out with the blunt tip first. Hold her up just a little bit, Jonathan. And then I usually grab their chinny chin, and I'll go in here. See how that does a blunt cut right there. And then this, I go either like this or this way. It's okay, Beanie Boo. And this is the harder one because I'm right-handed. It's okay, baby. I basically do the blunt cut first to clear away things because the thinning shears don't get as close as a blunt does. Then I'll take the thinning shears. It's okay, and it's been a couple weeks since we've done this, so that's why it's important to do it every few weeks, is they get desensitized if you keep working with them. Right now she's like, I don't really want to do that. This just goes in and thins this up, and I grab their chinny hairs, and always have someone help you. And it's hard to describe what I'm doing here, but this is, you can rest this on her. Like if I look at John, rest this on in between her eyes, and that's not gonna cut her at all. This side is where it cuts. So I try to rest this as closely to her fur as possible, and then I just work it up and down, up and down. And again, because I'm right-handed, the right side is easier to do than the left side. But the left side's where I have trouble.
No.
And then I just go upside down. You can see that's cleaned up her in between her eyes pretty well. It's not like really a right or wrong, other than taking it off too much, which can kind of look silly sometimes. But I'll go up into her eyebrows just a little bit, but see how this is a little bit shorter, and then this is a little bit longer. I'll try to go back in there. It's okay, baby. And get this just a little bit cleaner. And if you be careful, because you can trap skin in between. I don't know if you can see this right now. It's okay, Beanie Boo. There, that's pretty good. So I just keep working that until I like what I see. Looks a little cleaner. You can see her eyes nicely now. And I'll go back to the blunt tip, and we're gonna do her ears, because I like to have short ears, and you can hold with your 2 fingers and see how there's just some wispy. Just make sure you don't cut the actual earlobe. Hers aren't too awful long. And I could go a little bit shorter, but I'm just being safe right now. But I just like to take the little wispies off her ear. And then the same on the other side. Hopefully you can actually see this. It's okay, Beanie Boo. And that looks pretty good overall. You can see that I left a little bit right here. If I'm really getting picky about it, I'll go back in and trim this up, which I usually am a little bit picky. It's okay, Beanie. So I'll just take that and take that off. Okay. So that her face is cleaned up. On a 10-week-old puppy, she doesn't really need this trimmed yet, and I don't really trim here. She could technically use a little bit on her lip right here, but I'm not going to do that right now. Okay. We're going to come back in a second for another clip. Okay, we're back with Abigail, and I'm hoping that we can do a good job on her paws here, that you can actually see what's going on. Okay, so now I'm gonna pick up this buzzer, bought on Amazon. Really good $25 purchase. I'm not gonna video all 4 paws because it's redundant, but 2 weeks ago, Beanie's litter went home, and this is how much growth that we have in about 2 weeks. I believe I gave her a bath Saturday, so we're just short of the 2-week mark. So we're gonna take this. This is pretty difficult to actually cut their paws with. You can see that she really is resisting a little bit. It's one more reason why I stress to everyone to, if you're not gonna do this, at least play a lot with the paws, because they don't really like this. And if you don't do this after they go home and then they go to the groomer, they're really, really, really not gonna like it. And that's also why make sure you have a helper with you. It just makes life a lot easier. Now, I'm not really going deep into the paw here. It's more of a surface. I might in a second here, I'll see. But I'm basically just cleaning the paw up. It's okay, baby. And then I like to take some off this little spot right here. This gives her a good traction when she's walking around the kitchen floor. And then when she goes out and it's wet, we're not tracking nearly as much water in the house because we don't have as much fur. If you feel confident and you want to go in here, it's like a V on each side. And I usually just trim right in here. I don't go up in here a whole lot. It's harder to do, and she's not having it. And neither is my daughter. You're doing a good job, Abigail. Okay. Now,
Sarah's turn.
no, not yet. Okay, hold her there. Okay, so now if needed, I will go back with the blunt scissors and I will just clean up the paws. It's okay, Beanie. Can you put your legs back up, sweetie?
No.
Put them back up.
I'm tired.
I know, we're almost done. Okay. All right, if needed, I'll go back in with the blunt scissors after I've, no, Abigail. After I have done the clipper, or before, it doesn't really matter, but I like to do it after usually. And just shape up the paw because they start to get little Grinch paws if you don't do this. And I've been known to just trim up to about the first knuckle or whatever that's called. And it's okay if the rest of this is a little bit longer. I just like to trim up the paw. Here, hold her good so we can see. Hold on. So I didn't do a whole lot. She's not really that long right now. So she didn't need a lot of trimming. And she is hot. It's hot in our house. We don't have our air conditioner on. Hold her tight. Okay, that's good. Hold her.
Can you please not do it for
Okay.
long?
So now we're back. We're gonna do her nails. I know it's hot, and I'm hoping that you all can see. This is about 2 weeks growth. I've mentioned before. There's a little arch in the nail right there, and I'm just gonna go in and take that little arch off with these nail clippers, and then I'll show you how I buzz them. So I've done 3. See how it's not quite as curved there anymore? If you can see that. It's okay. And if you do this routinely, your puppy is not gonna flip out. You know, if you don't do it for a month and they're long, there are dew claws. So make sure you get those. They're not usually as long. They don't grow as fast. At least that's my experience. It's okay. Okay, so that's that. Our handy dandy little buzzer. This is super easy. Yeah, your helper can hold. Hopefully you can see that. And I just go back and do just a little touch like that. It just shortens everything up just a little bit more. Okay. And I don't think I'm gonna do her dew claw here, but this just needs a tiny little touch here. But like I said, if you keep doing it, then they'll be very used to it and you'll be good to go, especially when you go to the groomer. Okay, 2 more things we're gonna do here. Let me see how we're looking. Okay, camera's looking good. Another thing you can do with your buzzers is go in. They will scratch at their ears after you do this, so don't be alarmed if they're like, what did you do to me? And the groomer is going to do this as well, so it's really nice to get them acclimated. And this provides some airflow into their ears. You can see that she really doesn't mind it too much right now on that outer fold here. Where she doesn't like it and where your puppy probably don't like it is in here. It tickles more. So I'm not really going in the ear. I'm just doing, this is all surface. Move your hand here. So if you can see that, it's a little cleaner. Again, these are pretty hard to cut. I've only cut skin less than 5 times. It's been a really nice tool to have. I feel safe using these.
Even I could do it.
Yeah, the kids do a good job. As you can see, I've just basically cleaned up the ear. I don't do a whole lot of ear hair pulling. You can see the hair in there. I groom all my dogs, so I can say the groomer can do it, but I'm the groomer. I'll do it every once in a while. But basically, you're just cleaning this up. So this compared to over here, where this long hair is still. And I had not done this when your puppy was here. All right, last 2 things here is a peri area or a sani. This is gonna help your puppy stay clean down here. I'm gonna start and just do thigh. This is the same thing the groomer is gonna do. So again, that's why it's great to have someone help you and get your puppy used to this. 2 weeks ago, we did everyone's puppies, and they were a little bare on the bottom. So I go up the thigh, and then up on the belly just a little bit. Her hair's pretty sparse, so she did not get a bath. I don't usually do a bath before this. And I'm just trimming the back of her leg hair a little bit.
What do we do for a wee wee?
Now, she looks fairly clean here, and there isn't a whole lot of hair, so be careful. It's okay. And take a little bit off. Boys, I don't have a boy here with me, but I just usually trim around and then up the belly a bit more on boys, because they do tend to get urine on their belly. But that's about it as far as girls here. And then we'll go on the other thigh. And this doesn't have to be like super awesome job. It's just to keep
No, you
things
can't
clean.
get on. No, just
Candy. Okay, so let me show you real quick. I didn't do as good a job over here, but I don't want to keep you. But you can see this is a little bit shorter, and where we didn't do this is longer. And I clean this up a little bit more after the camera's off. But we're gonna flip her over. And Sarah's gonna do a good job holding here. And then this is we're gonna do her bum. And this to me is fairly important because they're little puppies and they don't do an awesome job taking care of business back here. So it does get a little bit dirty as they get older and more mature. They do. So at this point, if you didn't do the upper thigh when they were laying down, here, put her bum over a little bit more. Then this is a time where you can take some of that fluff off, because this does get urine on there, not feces too much, because I try to stress having good poops for your pups. But I just go and do a little above the anus and kind of like a U shape down here. And this just helps her stay nice and clean. So just to recap, we did clean up in between her eyes, her ears.
her paws.
Took the fur off here. I haven't done all the paws, but now that she is flipped over, I can show you the difference between a clean up paw and one that hasn't been cleaned yet. And then if the camera is really good and we are really good, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. You can
Here,
see.
can I show them from the camera?
Well, I'm trying. Well, it might not focus on. Anyway, pause and then.
Yeah.
Sani.
Here's a tip. If you don't do their nails, it will sound like a glass bottle breaking.
Oh well, on the floor in the
Yeah.
kitchen. Yeah, it has clicky clacks. All right, so
Click,
thank you,
clack,
Sarah.
Click, clack, click. Bye bye. See you later, alligator.